Alright, y'all. Military Millionaire here. And hopefully you already watched part one on how to start investing. So right now I'm going to give you part two on how to invest. So now that you watched part one of my video, part two, I'm going to just break it down a little bit more and help you out. So now that you already downloaded Yahoo Finance app and you already have your brokerage account, whether it's Fidelity or anybody else, it's time to start investing. I forgot to tell y'all in part one, my mentor, the way he taught me is I wasn't allowed to buy a regular stock until I purchased an ETF first. So once I purchased my ETF, I bought 100 shares of a good one on Fidelity that I did my research on. And it went from $45 all the way up to $156 per share. So I did really well on there. So, and I'm talking about real fast too. So, I just got a text saying, tell me what ETF stand for. So, what ETF stand for is an exchange traded fund. That's what ETF stands for. It's like a basket of all these different stocks together. Sometimes it'd be at a minimum 10 stocks. And they're all in a basket together and they're being managed and traded by a brokerage firm. So, for example, let me use ARK for example. ARKW. If I go to ARKW, Yahoo Finance, I can look at the holdings. Okay. So the top 10 holdings for ARKW is Tesla, Square, oh man, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Add that to your watch list. That's going to be a big one. Teladoc Health, Roku, Spotify, Shopify, Twitter, Tencent, and Netflix. So they're holding pretty good things in that ETF. So as those stocks go up, the ETF will go up. But not all the time. That's not the case. So say for instance Tesla shoots up 30 points. That doesn't mean your ETF is going to go up 30 points. I mean, it's going to help it out, but it's not going to move that high because within those top 10 holdings, something might be dragging it down. So on a good day, I seen a ETF go up maybe like $2.50 sometimes. So, but it's kind of consistent sometimes. But it has its pros and cons. Like if you look at a lot of people on the internet right now, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the number one ETF they're gonna tell y'all to invest in is QQQ. You know why? Like I'm not gonna tell nobody to invest in QQQ. Why? For one, QQQ. I'm gonna get you the exact what they're trading at right now. The QQQ, the trust is trading at $337.11 right now. So that's kind of high. So why tell people that are just starting to invest to go QQQ trust? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather you go something that's half the price or even $45 and hold it for long term. And then when we use the term long term, we're talking about 10 years. In the stock market world. Don't let nobody tell y'all different. So that's pretty much what it is. So QQQ, yeah, it's doing good. It's moving, but it's expensive. So just be careful. And I can go into detail about that too. QQQ, I can go with their top 10 holdings right now for you. The top 10 holdings is Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, Google, Class A Google, Nvidia, PayPal, Intel. Man, they working. They working, boy. There's some good stocks they holding. But if you can afford it, go QQQ. Trust. I mean, it's a good ETF. I'm not even gonna front. But it is what it is. I just try to tell people, do your own research and find a good ETF that you plan on holding for 10 plus years. That's what I feel about it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to do a short tutorial on Yahoo Finance for everybody. And I'm going to start with Apple. I'm going to use that for example and I'm going to talk about that. All right, peace.
All right, so I'll open up Yahoo Finance app on my cell phone. I click search. I'm gonna type in Apple, for example, and you see Apple popped up with the ticker AAPL. Push that, and now Apple's data pops up on your screen. Now, the top right hand corner, you see that star. If you press that star, that's how you add it to your watch list. Now it's added to the watch list. Now, as you start to scroll down, you can see Apple's data, like for example, previous close price, open, days range, 52-week range, market cap, volume, 1 year target, average value, PE ratio, EPS, beta, dividend, and the earnings date. Let's go back to that market cap. Woo! $2.23 trillion. Apple doing numbers. Now, I can go over everything else a little bit later in detail on each column on another YouTube video. So stand by for that one as well. Now, as I scroll down, I want you to see different news articles pop up about Apple and different other stocks that technically fall in that sector as well. And you never know. You might see another stock that you're interested in, and you can add that to your watch list as well. Now, to scroll back up, you see the chart. You have 1 day, 5 day, 1 month, 6 month, year to date, 1 year, 5 year, and max. So, it's just giving you a chart on where the stock started at and where it went up to.
All right, so hopefully y'all looked at that little short tutorial about Yahoo Finance and talking about Apple. So hopefully you learned a little bit. And like I said, on my next video, I'm gonna go down each line, each column, and break it down a little bit more. And I'm gonna go more in detail about it as well, like actually looking at the cash flow and the financial sheets and stuff like that on that right there. So hopefully you learned something there quick. So as of right now, the market is closed, but tomorrow we're gonna purchase our first stock. So hopefully you got some money in your account, you ready to do some business, and you're just gonna purchase what you're interested in, what's around you. You can do your own DD. DD means due diligence, meaning your own research on that certain stock. So never let someone just tell you, hey, buy this stock right here. Because some people mean well, but some don't. So you got some people that are just wants you to try to buy a stock, get everyone to buy it so it can go up, and then they turn around and sell it without even telling you, trying to do like a pump and dump on you. So be careful about those people. So not everyone means well in this game. It's a dirty game in the stock market. I'm just being 100% transparent. So be doing some research over the weekend on what stock you want to purchase on Monday, and we can go from there. And hopefully you pick a good stock. You know, my stock that I'm going to probably purchase on Monday is going to be more Apple shares. Because if you notice, Apple is on the rise. So it's rising. It's doing the breakout period right now. So I expect that to maybe go to, let me get a good example for you on Apple. I want to be real close to that for you and tell you. Give you a good example. All right. So now that I got Apple up on the screen, right now, Apple was trading at $132.99. Now, I'm going to go back 5 days ago. 5 days ago, Apple was trading at, better example. Let's go 1 month ago. March 10th, Apple was $119.93. You go today, Apple was $132.99. That was just within a month. That's crazy, right? Crazy. Man. So that's how much somebody done missed out already. Went from last month, 30 days, from $119.88 all the way to $132.99. That's a breakout. So be on the lookout. It's gonna hit 140 in no time. So that's the end of this video. Continue to follow me. Military to Millionaire. It's a movement. It ain't all about me. So peace.